A dodgy landlord who allegedly rented out substandard accommodation, including illegal garage conversions, has been ordered to stump up nearly $180,000 after the Tenancy Tribunal found that she knowingly failed to lodge bonds. Debbie Iskandar, also known as Debbie, has been ordered to immediately register almost $120,000 in missing bond money with the Tenancy Bond Centre. That money relates to 81 different cases. She's also been fined more than $47,000 for committing unlawful acts under the Residential Tenancies Act. I'm very familiar with Debbie Iskandar's moves. In 2016, I investigated the self-described property agent and the way she was treating her tenants. Here she is explaining how she rented an illegal garage conversion that was unconsented for human habitation, had no bathroom or kitchen, for $420 a week.
It's available for $420.
$420.
Power and include electricity.
And a number of her tenants were vulnerable people on limited incomes who were desperate for a roof over their heads in the middle of a housing crisis. Debbie Iskandar also rented houses, then sublet them on to multiple tenants, unbeknown to the property's owners. Once again this afternoon, I tracked Debbie Iskandar down, and she told me she's going to appeal the decision.
I did the best I can at that time. I wish I knew that better, that I should just, whether people stay one day or half day, that I should lose the bond. But back then, I was just overwhelmed so much with the demand of the people that wanted to stay. And I believe at that time, if I just have a support, like administration support, to support me, I would do better. If I knew back then that the amount of people that will offer, over my capability of look after, I will hire somebody that actually can do administration better.
Right. Debbie, you had people living in illegal structures and people living in garages, and you were charging them big money for that. Did you not do something wrong there, do you think?
Lisa, you have to remember that the charge of the garage and the studio, everything is fully furnished by a brand new furniture from Harvey Norman's, from PK Furniture.
Oh, not so, Debbie. I went into some of those places. You know that. I saw the insides of a number of those garages and spoke to a number of your tenants.
Okay. Lisa, there's only one side of the story, but if you want to listen to my story, there are two sides of stories, okay? And the other thing that I have to let you know as well, that I didn't own those houses. I leased the house. So I had no idea whether the studio or the garage is legal or illegal. At that time of point, I had no idea that it has to go through city council, has to go permit, and it was the true honest. So if people wanted to, at that time, I wish I knew better, but I didn't.
Okay, so you think that it's the people who owned the property, they are responsible? Is that what you mean?
I'm taking responsibility for my side. And I did I don't want to blame anybody. I don't want to say anything bad about anyone, Lisa. The only thing that I knew, I did the best that I can to recover everything that I did wrong or mistake that I did. I look back in the time when I was doing it, why I was doing it, why I didn't ask for help, why. So anyway, it comes to the core of my heart that I knew I did the best that I can for the people back then.
So Debbie, how is your tenancy business going now?
I quit completely. And what did I do? I was just working for someone else, and I would never want to go for any business anymore.
So are you in the rental business at all, Debbie, at the moment?
I'm not doing any more property things or businesses. I'm working full time. Lisa.
Not in property? Do you have any? No, are you managing any rental properties?
No,
Debbie?
I sold. I sold everything I wanted to. I sold everything, and I didn't do any more. I didn't want to touch anything with the people that I don't want. I want to be out from the property at all, and I don't want to do anything that can cause trouble anymore like before. I really, really didn't want to do anything harm to anyone, to myself, to, anyone that I can do wrong. I don't have enough education and knowledge to
Debbie, would you like to apologise to those tenants that you didn't do a good job for?
Oh, well, I told everybody that I met when I got the paper. They told me that they knew the best that I could, but maybe I wasn't perfect. So if I wasn't perfect, of course, if I didn't do a good job, from their opinion, but I did the best I can.
The tribunal has found against you and ordered you to pay $177,000. Can you not see from that decision? Can you not see from that decision that there is some wrongdoing on your part?
Look, listen, I told you before that it's not final. So when it's final, we will see.
Do you have the money to pay what you have been ordered to pay?
I don't have, Lisa. Because the money has been returned to the people. That's the problem. If I have the money, I will return the money to them.
And that was Debbie Iskandar, who has to find around $180,000 following that Tenancy Tribunal ruling.